Sure. All right. I know it says 3 minutes and 40 seconds, but we are going to go ahead and get started right now. Oh, wow, it just cut straight down. And done. Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you. I'm glad you're here today. Thanks for joining us. Who's out there? Is Ethan out there? Can you have Ethan or somebody run upstairs and see if sixth graders are getting ready to come down right now? So today, what we're going to be doing, it's not grade bump yet today, but our upcoming sixth graders are going to come check things out this morning just for a few minutes. So I'm going to wait and just do. So hey, make them feel welcomed. All right, you can like, hey, wait. Which we will probably. I need a couple leaders, Flip and Brett. Can you guys wheel some chairs, or Chris? Wheel some chairs over there. Hey, we're wheeling some chairs over right here. Or over there. And yeah, let's bring them on over here. Bring them over here so the guys can sit down over here. Gentlemen, we're bringing you guys some chairs too. And then we should be good to go. All right. Good morning, upcoming sixth graders. We're glad you guys could be here. Thanks for checking things out with us. We're going to go ahead and jump into some things, all right? So, first off, and all of our fifth grade friends, which this will be the only time you're fifth grade, because starting next Sunday, you guys will officially be sixth graders. All of you. I'll make sure everybody knows this because it always gets confusing. Starting next Sunday is our official Pop-Up Sunday. So whatever grade you're going into, that is how we will refer to you all from now on. So if you're a fifth grader, starting next Sunday, you are sixth graders. Eighth graders, and I'm especially eighth grade guys. Every year, you're the last ones to remember this. Not just you, but every time there's an eighth grade guy. Starting next Sunday, you guys will be freshmen, okay? Remember that. Remember that. I promise you, one of you is going to ask me, wait, do I get to go to that? It's high school. Yes. Anything you guys hear about from now on throughout the summer, you will be your grade coming forward. So any announcements, any activities coming up, whatever grade you're going to be in, that's what you are from that day on. Seniors, you guys, I'm just going to refer to you as graduates from now on, okay? I'm going to refer to you as graduates. So anything we say, it's starting next Sunday, graduates. You guys will do announcements and stuff and here with us, and then you're going to break off, and we have some own curriculum we're going to do with you with Rhonda and Dwayne, and it's just kind of like a transition after you graduate, what's coming next type of thing. So you're still with us, but you're graduates now, all right? So remember that. And so, hey, here's what's coming up. Will, please, let's check out our announcements. What do we got coming up? Camp. I know I said this Sunday, but it will be out next Sunday. Our registration stuff will actually be out online, ready to roll for camp coming up. And that's going to be August 8th through the 11th, $125. It's going to be local. Graduates, yes, you all are coming to camp with us. Sixth graders, you guys are going to help out at Breakaway, but you are also graduates. You guys are going to have your own separate dorm area. You're not in the dorms you normally have been to at Fall Escape. You're in a new building that we've never used there before. So we want our upperclassmen and our graduates to be treated differently as leaders you guys are. So it's going to be an awesome thing. So if you're, we want everybody to be a part of it, and I expect we're going to be praying and praying and praying for invite for you guys here coming up. But we will have registration on that next Sunday. What else do we got, Will? Or whoever's running things back there? Noah. The garage sale. Hey, we've had garage sale sign-up stuff going on for a while. If your family is not signed up to be a part of this, they have to. It's so important that they email me, immediately saying we need to be a part of the garage sale. So there's nothing going on this Wednesday. But we will begin doing setup.
So you can start coming in. I'm going to start rolling out tables Wednesday. If your family wants to start bringing stuff up and start setting things up, anytime Wednesday and Thursday. And then the garage sale will kick off Friday evening. We're just going to go from like 4:30 to 7 o'clock Friday evening. And then we'll do it Saturday morning again for the garage sale. And I'm telling you, put a little bit of effort into this, and you can earn your whole way to camp super easy. So be a part of that garage sale. What else we got? Anything else coming up? Okay, go to the soccer. Is the soccer slide thing in there? Okay, slip and slide soccer. Colin or Ethan or whoever's out there at Kindle, there's 2 clipboards out there. We need to announce this one more time because 6th graders, upcoming 6th graders, this will be your first big event you guys get to come to, kicking off on Wednesday nights. And I need someone to grab these cards that are sitting out on that table. Grab these cards. Ethan. We want to make sure all of our 6th graders, upcoming 6th graders, you guys get these cards. Slip and slide soccer is our first Wednesday night back to kick off our summer nights. Make sure all these guys get one of those cards. So what we do is we're going to have a short service here on Wednesday nights, and then we always have an activity afterwards, and slip and slide soccer is our first kickoff. And right now, if you guys would like to be a part of that, you can sign up to be a part of a team. Also, if you already have a team, any of you guys that have a team, and you're like, oh, we still need another mid-schooler on that team, or we need other people, or you just want to go grab and recruit somebody, go grab one of these students and ask them to do that right now. But if you have not signed up for a team, minimum of 4 players. You can have 10 people on your team, I don't care. But you can only have 4 people on the playing area at a time, so you'll have to sub in and out. Every team needs at least 1 high schooler, meaning that would be you guys. You're going to be high schoolers, all right? So that's got to be you guys. And 1 mid-schooler. That's all whatever you're going to be upcoming. And you need to sign up like right now. So if you have not done that yet, who's got the clipboards? Who's got the sign-up clipboards? All right, you need to go back there and find Kindle right now. Any of you guys, if you are wanting to do this and be a part of this team, go sign up right now and just let them know, here's our team name. If you show up that Wednesday and you're not on a team but you want to play, we'll put you on a team. So you're still going to be able to do that. So make sure, I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to go do that right now. Go do that right now. While they are doing that, do we have any other announcements? There's nothing this Wednesday. We'll kick off in the summertime. I believe that's it.
I was going to make a joke about time travel, but none of you liked it.
That's a thinking man's joke on that one. 6th graders, if you're like, what was that? We don't know. It just happened one day, and we kept doing it for the last 3 years. It's just a little joke time with our Will. Hey, while they're doing that, also, Macias has joined us again. Macias, thank you for letting us be a part of your baptism. Now, I want to build off of Macias' challenge for all of you here today. I know there's some of you that have in the past signed up to get baptized. Maybe after Refuel Weekend, after Fall Escape Weekend, you signed up wanting to get baptized, but you kind of just been dragging your feet on it. Maybe you're like nervous to get in the water, nervous to be in front of other people, or you've just kind of been putting it off and putting it off. And I love one of the things Macias said, and don't direct quote me, but he just said, I think it's just something everybody should do. And so if that's you today, if you are like, man, I know I want to get baptized. I know it's been a while. I wanted to get baptized after Refuel Weekend, but I haven't done it in a little bit. Please, tell your leader today, just let them know, hey, I want to get baptized. So we can start talking to you, give you a little bit of paperwork, and start kind of just chatting through, like, hey, this is what it looks like, and you can start having that conversation at home. Because I just don't want anybody kind of putting it off just because maybe you're like, oh, I'm going to be in the water in front of everybody. You saw it happen there. It's not something to be nervous about, but it's something to celebrate over. So if that's you, please let your leader know today. Let them know today. All right? That is all of our stuff. I know we're a little bit late on time. Normally we should be directly doing teaching, but we do have our 5th graders here, and I do want to do a quick game. Plus, I feel like we've had this game for a while, and so somebody brought down a giant plate of cookies. So whatever team wins this competition, you guys will get all these cookies here today. So What I'm gonna need, hey, Will, put up the rules of this game, because I kind of forgot how we do this as a team.
Well,
Oh, there's a video.
friends,
Turn it up.
And welcome to Blurt, the game where you need to be quick, be loud, and speak out. In this game, there are 4 rules. Let's see
right.
if you can remember them. Rule number 1, you need to circle up with 2 to 4 players, kind of like these guys. Once you have your group, you need to pay attention to rule number 2. Pay attention to the theme for each round. Each round will have a theme that will look something like this. For instance, a holiday. After you know the theme, pay attention to rule 3. Once a letter is revealed, you have to be the first player to blurt out an answer that starts with the correct letter. So let's put these rules together to make sure you understand. Let's imagine that the theme for this round is a holiday.
Try this out.
When the letter scrambler comes up on screen like this, you
Easter!
have to shout out a holiday
I won.
that
I
starts
won.
with
You're
the
all
letter
out.
E.
You're all-
If you are the first player to blurt out an answer, then you get 1 point. Make sure to keep track of your own score.
All right, so bring the lights back up. Will,
Look at that guy.
that
Look
letter
at
thing
this. Here's how
pauses,
you win
but
the
I
whole
think
game.
because it
You
automatically
need to be the
loops
first
everything,
person
you're going to
to
have to
reach
physically
the
pause
score
it there for a
that's
second.
assigned by
Here's
your
how we're going to
leader.
play this game, though,
That
okay?
could be the
What
first
you're going to
person
do
to
is you're
5
going to,
points, 10
yeah,
points,
it's looping right
or
now, I
if your
think.
leader's really crazy,
Or
the
just
first
stop
person
it.
50 points.
So
It's
here's what you're going to
entirely
do.
up
We're going to try to play this as fast as we can, but you're going to have to stand up here in a second, and you're going to get in teams with other people, but you want to make sure you're in a team with somebody that's not in your normal group because you're trying to beat them, right? So you need to find 3 other people that aren't your grade. 6th graders, you guys are playing with this too, all right? Everybody's getting a chance to win. So, leaders, you're going to have to come up and be judges, like be around the room and listen. Students, you're just going to have to be honest. Whoever. Everybody freeze right where you're at. Freeze right where you're at. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Shh, 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 shh. Here's the deal. You're going to have to be your own judges. You're going to yell it out, and whoever got it first stays in. If you didn't get it, the other 3 people have to go sit down. You're out of the game automatically, okay? So, whoa, I just fell off the stage. Sorry. I know. So, spread out. Go find a different team. You don't want to be on the same team with other people. You got to find people that aren't in your team. Do this quickly. Do this quickly. And leaders, you guys can participate too if you want to try to win some cookies for your team. Move around, move around. Find people that aren't on your team. Yeah, you want to find people that aren't on your team, not on your grade, because they'll get disqualified if you win. Find any other else. And just get in groups of 3 or 4. You can get a group of 5 if there's an odd number. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just need to find a group of people and stand there. All right, everybody got a group? Got a group? Find a group. It does not matter if it's teams of 4 or 5. It can be 6. It doesn't matter. Just find a group and get in there. Meadow, you're not even competing. Right there. Right here. Boys, right there. Come on. You're a winner, Meadow. You're a competitor. You ate a roll of toilet paper to win once. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Will, are you ready? What? Don't boss me around, Allie. Get in a group. Get in a group. Okay. All right. Miss Hazel, you guys all, okay, everybody's ready? Okay. All right. Are we ready? Will, make sure you pause. When it'll stop on its own, then hit pause, okay? All right, here we go. Let's go to the first round. The theme is an animal. The theme is an animal. All right, groups, you're going to have to be honest, though, whoever blurts it out first. Let's roll those letters. Roll those letters. All right, you guys got to be the judges. Whoever got it first wins. If you lost, go sit down. If you lost, go sit down. All right, go sit down if you won. What? Then paper, rock, scissor it. If it's a tie, paper, rock, scissor really fast. Huh? Sit down if you lost. Only stay standing if you won that round. If you lost, go sit back down. All right, go find a different group. Raise your hand if you're in so people can find you. All right, go find a group. But you don't want to compete together. Go to that group, Molly. Oh, you're not the same grade? Oh, that's all right. I don't know. Who needs a group? Find it right here. Get these guys. Get these guys. Right there, there. Get right here. Or get right here. Allie, get with these guys. You're not in the same with any of them. All right, Brady, you're in there. Okay. All right. If you're still standing, that means you're in. Go to the next. What do you need? All right, group, right there. Sure. Just get with them too. I don't care. Are you guys still in? Okay. Ooh, Caden, there's a lot of pressure on this one. All right, actually, because you two don't want to go against each other. So Beckham, come right here. Jose and Caden, go right there. That way you're not competing against each other. Right? Yeah. Are you three? Okay, you go right here and you go over there. Go right there. And are you still in? Are you two the same grade, though? Okay, just go against each other. All right, here we go. Go ahead and give me a theme. Theme is candy. All right, theme is candy, and let's roll that wheel. What do we got? Jackson got it. You said a lot. I know, but he yelled it first. All right, raise your hand if you're still in. If you didn't get it, go sit down. All right, well, you come to the front so we can just form two circles. Right here. Come up here if you're still in. Come to the front really quick if you're still in. All right, and you. Are you in? Are you playing? Okay. You're in the same team, so don't go with them. You're right here. I know. You three, go over there. They'll go over there. And Jose right here. And you two are in the same grade? No, right here. Go with Jose. And you are right here. And you are, actually, you're just right here. You three. Okay, here we go. Final one. Here we go. Roll. Give me a theme. What do we got? Restaurants. All right. Let's roll that wheel. Okay, I'm listening. What'd you say? All right, Jackson got that one. Did he get it? Did he get that one? Okay. All right, you two are. Oh, no, he got it first now. So he got that one, so you don't got to go sit down. You did good, buddy. All right, you. All right, final one. So you guys, hey, you just double up your odds. I can't help that. All right, here we go, Will. Give me a theme. Do you what? No. You just double your odds on winning, though. All right, give me a theme, Will. What do we got? A song. Oh, a song. So a song title, it's got to be like the actual title, all right? Title of the song. Here we go. Give me that letter. What do we got? Roll it.
Party time. Is that a song? I don't know. Just search it up.
Party time?
That's a song. I can guarantee you it's a song.
Anybody else got a backup answer?
Party in the USA.
Party in the USA. I don't believe there's a song called Party. Party Time, song by The Nine. Sure, Party Time. Give that to your leaders. Don't open them yet. All right. Way to go, upcoming freshman men. Way to go. Do what? What was our team competition, by the way? What was our points for the team competition? I'm going to cruise through this lesson here in a second, by the way, so get ready to listen up. There's no points? That was the winner then. Freshman guys, you just won, and your prize was a plate of cookies. Congratulations. Oh. So that's a close race right there. That's a close race. I know. So did 7th grade girls, that's got to continue on though, because that's only after one game, because we've been doing baptisms and senior Sundays. So we'll have to roll that into June. All right? Do what? So it's like we've only done 1 week of competition basically, or 2 weeks. We'll just roll it into June. Oh, that's true. We'll just bump everybody's grade up. We'll just put the points with your right grade. Okay. Hey. Do what? Freshman guys? 5 million. So it's 8th grade guys, 5 million. You lost a point because of bad sportsmanship, all right? So, but he almost did. Yeah, you caught yourself. I'll allow it. All right, here we go. 6th grade, just so you know, the point scale is completely whatever I decide. So if you're mean to me, you'll lose points. If you're kind to me, you might gain points. If you're too kind to me and it feels like you're kissing up, you might lose points then. It's really all random. And then if Andrew's doing it, he gives points to everybody because he doesn't like being mean even if he's just joking about it. I, however, love to. You'll figure it out as you go along, and your points will be added in there coming up next week, okay? So that's kind of our team competition. Students, we are going to jump right into our lesson because we are way behind on time. So I want you to do this for me. If you have a phone out, I want you to put it up right now. Put your phone up. I want you to follow along with what we're talking about because I'm gonna try to hit a 15-minute lesson and I'm gonna try to turn it into about a 5-minute lesson. So you guys can go to I know you're like, no, you're not. You literally will not take 5 minutes, but you can time me. And then leaders, you will do the rest in your small groups and go from there. So phones up, we're up here, we're following along, we're paying attention, we're going into it. Are you ready to start? Go ahead and start that timer. Here we go. Hey, we have been doing a series, and we'll just go ahead and go to the slides of the series. We've been doing a series called Start the Party, and we've started kind of joking around about how a party for some people means a little bit of everything. It could mean like some of you think of a party like, all my friends, and it was like 100 people over there, and it was crazy, and it was like all this stuff was going on, and then some of you are like, no. For me, a party would mean one friend. That's all I want. I don't want huge crowds. I don't want loud noises, just hanging out. And we're going to be asleep. It's like, we're going to have a sleepover. And then we're going to be in bed by 11 o'clock, though. So some of you have a different idea of a party, but the whole point of it was a party could literally be anything. A party could be over for a birthday, or a party could be, the first Wednesday night that we kick off here in the summertime, and that's a party. A party is wherever you are hanging with somebody that you care about, have fun with, and enjoy spending time with, and somebody you can just be yourself around. And that is kind of the idea of whatever a party is. And so one of the things we've been talking about is how do you be someone that can enjoy that party? How do you be someone that can be inviting people to join in with you in that? And so today we're talking to this idea about being someone who makes people feel known and makes people feel welcome. Now, just a raise of hands, how many of you guys have ever been somewhere, you were like, oh, this is going to kind of be something fun, or you were kind of nervous about even, and you showed up, and you totally did not feel welcomed at all, or you almost just felt silly about? All right, some of you. I still to this day, like when this lesson came up, I automatically thought of high school freshman year. There was a group of people that I was kind of friends with in mid-school, but, things kind of get different once you go from mid-school to high school. And some of these guys got, they just kind of formed their little cooler club than what we were doing. And some of these guys were like, did a few different things, but I was like kind of friends with them. And I just remember started thinking more about like, okay, like I noticed they dressed a little bit different and I didn't care what I wore at the time. But I was like, maybe I should start caring, like these kids dress a little cooler. But my family didn't have a lot of money. And I remember saving up money and using like my school clothes money just to buy like some cooler stuff like what they wore. And I was like, all right, they used to call these things called rugby shirts and jeans. And they wear these belts that were like braided belts, and they would get them too long, and so you'd wear them and then tuck it under so part of your belt hung this way, like down a little bit. And I remember coming to school dressed that way, feeling like pretty good about myself. And I sat down with some of these kids, and I was kind of friends with them, but I was still kind of like on the outside, thinking like, okay, now I'll fit in with them. Like I feel cool. And one of these guys named Greg we're talking to him, and one of the dudes was like, dude, I like that shirt, man, it look good. But Greg just decides to say, oh, hey, look at little Robbie trying to dress like us. He thinks he's cool now. And I felt so stupid. He said little Robbie because remember at the time, my freshman year, I'm 5'3", about 106 pounds. And so trying to fit in with some of these guys that were on the football team and be cool because we used to be friends. And I remember feeling so stupid. Like I was like so proud and like, man. And one of the guys was like, dude, stop being a jerk. But just because that one dude kind of made me feel like an outsider, I just remember kind of sliding my chair back over where I was and working on my work by myself. And to this day, I can still remember what that felt like, being that way, of like feeling like this outsider and like just like, man, like that just ruined everything for my whole day and for that week. And I just remember feeling so dumb and like, why'd I try to fit in? Why'd I try to do this? And so we have this way of making people feel like outsider. And if you're like, oh, that's really sad, Rob, don't worry, because like a year later, I grew a lot. We were in the weight room and I was working out with people, and Greg didn't grow anymore, ever. And so we were working out, and I came over to what Greg was lifting. This isn't the most Christian thing to do, but I was like, oh, look at little Greg trying to lift all the weights we lift, and patted him on his head. Now, that's not a Christian thing to do, but I was like, so there. So Greg, we ended up becoming friends actually later on. It worked out fine. But those feelings of feeling like you're an outsider, but also having the ability to make people feel like they belong. And this is something everybody's felt, whether you've gone to a new school, maybe you started a new class and you didn't have friends in there. Maybe it was that first day of school in the cafeteria and you're like, oh no, not a single friend has this lunch shift, and you don't know where to sit and you just end up in the hallway, or you stay in the teacher's room because you're like, I'll just hang out here, because you don't know where to go or to fit in or belong. But sometimes even it's going to a new church, going to a new place, and you're like, I don't belong. Like I don't feel like I'm known here. And this was one of the things we talk about, like the party and being a part of something and enjoying people together. I'm aware. We all knew there was no way it was going to be 5 minutes. But this idea of being a part and why we can make such a difference when we know what Christ has done in our life. When you look at what Jesus did and the example he set at this idea of parties and who he invited and who he brought along were usually people that were always on the outside. They were always outsiders. And we've done this, talked about this illustration, this example that Jesus set so many times. But it was right after he calls Matthew. And he talks to Matthew, who's a tax collector. And people didn't like tax collectors for lots of different reasons. So he's hanging out with this guy, and Matthew's like, I'm going to invite my friends over to my house. Come party, like dinner with us, hang out with us. It's going to be awesome. So where does Jesus go? Does Jesus say, oh, look at little Matthew trying to be a real Christian now? Oh, look at Matthew. He's Jewish, but he also betrayed all of his Jewish people by becoming a tax collector. Oh, he wants to be like us now. Is that Jesus' response to him? When Matthew invites all of his friends, does Jesus go and go, oh, hey, look at all these sinners trying to learn about God. Oh, that's cool. No. He goes to them and he hangs out with them and he spends time with them. And Matthew's sharing about how Jesus changed his life. You know who made them feel like outsiders? The religious people. The religious people come to Jesus, and it says, so the scripture in Matthew chapter 9 says, later, Matthew invited Jesus and his disciples to his home as dinner guests, along with many tax collectors, and it says other disreputable sinners. Like they point out, like these weren't great people. They were on the outside. They were outsiders, and they're coming trying to hear who Jesus is talking about and this love that God has for them. And it says when the Pharisees saw this, religious leaders, the very men that should have been loving on these people, but they're the ones that saw this and asked his disciples, why does your teacher eat with such, and the translation is scum. It's meaning like terrible people, awful people. Why would he hang out with this? They are the ones that had worked so hard on making these people feel like outsiders, but Jesus invited them in. Jesus was the one reaching in with them. And this is where we get like this verse you hear all the time. Jesus' response to them after he heard this was, healthy people don't need a doctor, sick people do. And he added, now go and learn in the meaning of Scripture. I want to show mercy, not offer sacrifices, for I have come to call not those who think they're righteous, but those who know they have sin. And so Jesus' whole point is, they are the ones that need love. You feel like you're the enemy. You've made other people feel like outsiders when Jesus was like, I want people to know that by God, they are known and they are loved. God knows who they are and they are loved. And we have this option all the time to be one or the other. And maybe there's been a time where you know, like, man, I didn't treat that person well. Like, I kind of made that person feel like an outsider to fit in with other people. You know, maybe you've done that before, because I know I have, either on purpose or accident growing up. And I know sometimes that can take place, and I know those times that I've done that and feel terrible about it. But you could also be that type of person that says, man, look at what Jesus did for me, and I want to be the type of person that makes people feel welcomed. And I know those times when we can do that, the feeling of making someone like, man, they're here because I was able to show them love. They're here because, like, I kept talking to them. And maybe you have a friend that's like, man, I only came back to church because you were here and you showed that kind of kindness to me. I know in my life there was a couple people. I went to a youth group. When I got dropped off there, literally, my parents dropped me off on a Wednesday night. They're like, hey, we're going to go check out a church. I was like, okay. And they dropped me off and left. And it was at this church, First Baptist Raytown. There was like 300 teenagers there in a school district that I didn't go to. So I was in Kansas City. They dropped me off, and they're like, go. I went to that church for almost a year, and one kid talked to me. One kid talked to me for a year. And it wasn't until I was just about ready to give up and say, I don't want to go anymore, that finally I met a couple guys that just started talking to me and hanging out. And literally it changed my course of my life in high school, becoming like primary friends with people that were Christians and believers instead of hanging out with the people that I was hanging out with, because they cared enough to be like, hey, come sit with us. Hey, we saw you sitting back at church. Come sit with where we sit at. And they started bringing me in. And so we know the difference when we act like Christ. And so, you know, our challenge has been the same thing every week, is use these things. Use this, like, look at Jesus' life and how he did and how he made to feel people included. Whether it's at your house, whether it's in your neighborhood, whether it's, you know, hanging out outside playing ball and you see that kid walking by that you don't talk to, whether it's at your job, on your team, or just at church, and you see those students come by and go, hey, man, we need to come up here. Come sit here. Whatever it is, we want to live that example Christ lived, and making people feel known and welcomed and inviting them to the party and not putting up that wall. And sometimes we do that without even meaning to. Just because we're so focused on our friends, you don't even realize there's other people right there. But Jesus always had that mindset of looking at those around him. And so maybe it's just that simple prayer of, God, let me be mindful of those around me. And so that's what our challenge for today. I want you guys are going to break off in your small groups and talk. Upcoming sixth graders, you guys are going to do the same lesson, but in your small group. And have a great, great week, guys. And we'll see you if you're at the garage sale. If not, we'll see you next Sunday for Grade Bump Sunday.